Hi, Nastia. I'm very happy to see these essays from you. Great work. It's really important to write and get feedback for your writing in order to prepare for IELTS. So well done. Now let's take a look at what you have written. Okay, so let's get straight into this correction. Music plays a vital role in our society. How much has music influenced the way we think today? What do you think is the key role of music in nowadays world? Okay, so there's two questions here. Let's see how you handle them. Music has always played an important role for individuals and societies. It reflects the moods of specific groups within a society, may urge one to think about eternal questions, and has a deep effect on listeners. Okay, so everything you wrote is very nice, but it doesn't exactly follow the structure that one would think of as an introduction. I mean, there's nothing really that separates this from like a main body paragraph and an introduction. So keep in mind that introductions do follow a specific type of structure, okay? And I wouldn't really necessarily say that this essay follows, this introduction follows that structure. Okay, but I mean, the language you used is fine. So let's move on with the first body paragraph. One of the basic functions of music is that of sublimation and catharsis. It means that, okay, not it means, but this means this. This means that music bands express thoughts and feelings of a target audience, letting them transform their psychic energy and consequently release stress. It also leads to experiencing oneness with the group, bringing the understanding that you are not the first one to be brokenhearted, for instance. This way, music performs a therapeutic function and helps one to cope with their emotions. Okay, so I suppose here you're answering the second question. That's what it looks like. All right, let's see. Secondly, I'm convinced that Bach fugues, I think they're fugues, no? F-U-G-U-E-S. I'll double check. Yeah, okay, yeah, so I did double check. So this should be Bach with an apostrophe S here, and then fugues are spelled differently. So, for example, confront a person with such eternal questions as faith in God and the divine in man. In this sense, his works still influence those who are receptive and ready enough to be carried away by the music beyond mundanity, okay? Clearly, this depends on the type of music and receptivity of a listener. Nevertheless, high-quality music does change not one's, but one apostrophe S, thought patterns by refining their feelings. Okay. Thirdly, be it a melody of the wind or birds singing in the forest or the sound of a car's horn. Well, a car is inanimate, so it doesn't take an apostrophe S. It should just be of a car horn. You can use the noun as an adjective here. Music forms audio images in our psyche. This should be with an E at the end, invoking thoughts of specific orientation. For instance, you may experiment and go for a walk in the woods after a daily commute, and you are bound to notice that your thoughts have changed immediately. It means that the existential music has a profound influence on us as a whole, let alone just thinking. In conclusion, music has a deep psychological effect on people. It may dramatically change their perception and therefore their thinking. Furthermore, it encourages one to meditate over eternal questions, leading the person beyond routine. Okay, so now for my thoughts about this essay. I like the way you wrote this. It's very natural. It's got some beautiful vocabulary. It seems to be a subject that you feel very strongly about. All right. A lot of the language was very, very good. Very good. I have one concern, okay? And you might consider this nitpicking, but I'm going to say it nonetheless. You have two questions to answer here, okay? So really, the best way to do this, so there's no question by the examiner, you should spend one paragraph for each question. So you should directly answer in your first body paragraph the question of how music has influenced the way we think today, and another paragraph on what you think the key role of music is in our nowadays world. All right? I know it might seem sort of simplistic, but I want you to keep in mind that examiners read dozens of essays in a day, and so they need to be able to locate where you answer the question in a pretty straightforward manner, all right? And that's my one concern here. I kept feeling like I had to look for where you were answering, and I'm not 100% convinced that you did answer the questions, especially how has it influenced the way we think today. You got a little more philosophical about it and talked about our psyches and so forth, which is lovely. Really, I enjoyed reading it. But I'm not sure how directly you really answered these questions. So that's what I want you to consider. So for you, I think it's a matter of test-taking skills and understanding what examiners are looking for when they read their essays, when they read your essays, rather. Okay, so with that, nice job with this. I do want you to keep writing. I hope that you'll continue to get feedback so that we can address any of these issues that you have with task response. Okay, nice work, and I hope that I get to see more of your essays in the future.